Something beautiful can grow from interference. Something clear can grow from the appearance of static and of glitch and of mistake. Sometimes the broken thing's the one to make the deepest sound, the most honest sound, the frequency that's actually profound. Because it isn't perfect, isn't clean. It's the most real thing that I have seen. Static boom, grow through the noise. Find the signal, find the choice. Hidden the interference. Find the beauty, find the difference. Static boom, growing through everything imperfect, everything true. Out of the noise, something clear. Static bloom, you're finally here. Static bloom, don't smooth it out. The glitch is what the song's about. Beautiful, because it's real. Static bloom, the way you feel. I used to want my life to play back clean. No interference, nothing in between. The intention and the outcome smooth and clear. But now I think that isn't why I'm here. The interference is the interesting part. The glitch becomes the texture, becomes art. And what was static is the bloom itself. Not something to remove, not something to shelve. Every flower that we love the most has some imperfection. We engrossed ourselves in noticing some petal bent, some color slightly different than we meant to plant, but bloom there anyway. And now it's the one we point at. Somehow the most beautiful, because it's not the same as all the others. Static bloom's true name. Static bloom, keep growing through the interference. Keep it true to the glitch and to the noise. Static bloom, the perfect choice. There's a time the world turns golden, when the light goes soft and olden. Late afternoon becoming evening, everything so gently leaving the day behind and moving toward the deep house and the low chord that welcomes us like an old friend, whose presence makes the hours bend. In between the day and night is the ember, is the light that makes ordinary things somehow feel like everything. In the ember hours, between the sun and stars, everything feels golden. Nothing feels so broken. Amber hour, slow down, let me wear your crown of light and feeling deep. A memory to keep. The wine is open, the balcony door, the city humming like before, but quieter now, more considered, like a letter being delivered by hand. No rush across a distance of everything with soft color I would keep. If you map the shape of longing on a plane, it would not be a straight line, but a stain of circular and fractal repetition, of return and of elliptical tradition, coming back to almost the same point, but shifted slightly out of joint with where it was before. Advanced somehow, a spiral, not a circle. That is longing now. The geometry of longing has its own coordinates and vectors, angles sewn into every late night, every low, into every place the feelings go. The geometry of longing, the architecture of belonging, drawn in music on the dark, every note a point to mark. The geometry of longing, every angle tells a story of the distance and the space between two hearts, between two places. They say a line between 2 points is shortest, but the heart is not the clearest or the purest. Navigator prefers the scenic, the route that's slightly more Hellenic, and circular and longing full of everything the detour makes beautiful. The geometry of longing is not straight, it spirals inward, gorgeous and ornate. I have mapped you on a coordinate plane, every meeting plotted, every pain assigned a value on the vertical, every joy arranged in numerical order on a horizontal axis of the years. The only practice that gives the longing any form is the music that becomes the norm for all that has no shape otherwise. Geometry of longing, draw me home across the angles and the unknown coordinates of everything I feel. The music is the map, the music is real. Water doesn't force its way through stone, it just keeps returning on its own schedule, on its own time, drop by drop. It never hurries and it never stops, eventually carving canyons deep through patience that most living things can't keep. I've been trying to learn this kind of grace, the patience to keep showing up to a place, the patience of water, slow patience of water, teach me how to wear away the storm somehow, without anger, without rush, just a steady, gentle push. The patience of water, drop by drop, knowing exactly when to stop and when to keep on flowing through. The patience of water, carry me through. I've watched the rivers carve their way for years through rock that seemed too hard to set in spheres of ever-changing shape. But water knew that given time, the hardest stone gives through. Eventually, not because of force, but just because the water stayed the course. And I have been the water and the stone, learning both lessons, learning both alone. There is no rush in the way the river bends, no anxiety about how the story ends. It just keeps moving, keeps returning to the lowest point, the most honest view of where it's always been trying to go. And I have learned, although it's taken slow, years of trying to hurry through my life, that patience cuts the deepest through the strife. The patience of water, drop by drop, teaching me when to flow and when to stop, carving slowly through everything hard. The patience of water in my heart. There's a place that lives below the sound that most ears never reach or found. Below the kick, below the bass, below the ordinary sonic space, where frequencies become a feeling, where vibration turns to healing, where the body knows before the mind what kind of truth it came to find. Logic doesn't live down here, reason fades and disappears. Only feeling, only form, only riding out the storm of sound. Underneath the frequency, where only feelings speak to me. No logic, no direction, just pure sonic connection. Underneath it all, hear the deep bass call, a frequency so low, only deep souls know. The engineers call it sub-bass ground, the philosophers might call it sound, made flesh and made into a home for every heart that feels alone. But I just call it where I live, when I have conversation happening below the things we're managing, between the body and the room, between the speaker and the womb of every feeling we keep hidden. The music makes it all unhidden, and underneath the frequency we all become completely free. Underneath, every sound must breathe. Underneath, only deep souls feel this deep. I've been on the long return for years, through the cities and the atmosphere of decisions and their consequences, through the losses and the recompenses of a life that moved at its own pace, that refused to fit into a space that others drew and handed me, and said, here, this is who you'll be. The long return is not defeat, it's the music finding its replete, and ready self arriving late, but arriving, which is always great. On the long return, coming home, through every place I've been alone, through every track that pulled me through, through every night I only knew the music and the motion, the longitude, the ocean of time between the leaving and the finally arriving. I packed like the second time I left, just what I needed, nothing theft. Proof or precious, just what moved through airport terminals and grooved into my life on different soil. The long return is not a foil to the journey, it is a journey. Every road eventually turns homely. Home is not the place that held your childhood. Home is not the place that said you should stay inside the lines they drew for you. Home is every music that rang true. Home is every late night in a city you didn't know, that showed you something pretty about yourself you hadn't seen before. Home is what you always were and more. Long return, long return. Every bridge a place to love. The shadows here are made of velour soft. They drape across the room, they lift aloft into corners where the candlelight can't quite reach, can't quite make it bright enough to lose the mystery of dark, enough to lose the velvet's quiet spark. I like the rooms where shadows have this weight, where elegance and darkness integrate. Velour shadows, soft and deep, the kind of dark that lets you keep your secrets safe, your mystery whole. Velour shadows feed the soul. Velour shadows on the wall, sophisticated, soft and tall, draping over everything, the elegance the darkness brings. Velour shadows stay right here, in this room, in this frontier of luxury and quiet might. Velour shadows, velvet night. I've decorated my whole life with light, tried to keep every corner bright, tried to banish every shadow out, tried to never leave a thing in doubt. But there's a sophistication in the dim, a kind of comfort, a particular whim of luxury that only shadows give. A different way to breathe, a different way to live. The most expensive rooms I've ever seen knew how to use the shadow in between. The lit and unlit knew that luxury isn't always about visibility. Sometimes it's about what stays unseen, what stays plush and velvet, what stays clean of explanation, dark and soft and short. Velour shadows, elegant and pure. Velour shadows, stay with me in the dark, sophistication free from the need to be entirely seen. Velour shadows in between. You designed me like a room made of afternoon and perfume, made of soft light through a curtain. Nothing rigid, nothing certain. Every wall was a suggestion, every door was a question, left unanswered, left ajar, between whoever we are. The best buildings breathe and bend, the best feelings never end. Abruptly they just shift to something softer, slower, becoming. You built me like soft architecture, every curve a beautiful feature, every line a feeling, every wall a healing. Soft architecture. skies with bass lines were drawn with chimes of your voice against the evening air. The renovation of my despair into something livable and light, into rooms where I can spend the night without the fear that walls cave in, without the past that once had been. I used to live in something hard, a fortress every edge was scarred, from holding too tight to a form that couldn't shelter from the storm. But soft architecture gives, breathes and bends and lives, and everything we built together is designed to last forever. Not in stone, but in deep sound and feeling. Soft architecture, don't collapse. Soft architecture, fill the gaps between who I was and what I found, in the space between the base and ground. There must be a theorem for the way a hand across a shoulder makes the gray world briefly bearable and bright, an equation for the weight of light. Touch places in the body and the mind, the mathematics of the gentle kind of human contact, warm and true. I've been solving for the X of you. The theorem of touch is incomplete without the low frequency, without the beat that holds the body steady and allows the proof to form, the feeling to evolve. Theorem of touch, solve for me in the dark and the low frequency. Every variable is a feeling, every constant is the healing. Theorem of touch, prove it right in the mathematics of the night. The two people plus a baseline equals something none of us could name or see. The scientists have found the neural maps of where a gentle touch perhaps activates the same reward as music, as the minor chord that breaks your heart in the best way, that keeps you in the room, that makes you stay for one more song, one more look, one more page in the open book. I have no proof, but I have evidence in every late night, every tense moment when the music and your hand did the same thing. Help me understand that touch and sound are the same language, spoken differently, but both ancient and both necessary, and both proof that we are real beneath this roof of music and of night. Theorem of touch, theorem of sound. This is where the proof is found. In the late night and the low, and the only place we know is true. I'm sitting in the departure lounge of my life, between the calm and the impending strife of change, of boarding something new, of leaving something good and leaving something true. Behind me on the gate I won't return to. The announcements call out names I used to recognize, people I once knew, before the terminal of me grew through. Departure lounge, suspended time, between the reason and the rhyme, of leaving and arriving new. Departure lounge, I'm waiting here for you, in the departure lounge of everything, waiting for the next gate to begin. Bittersweet and in between, the most honest place I've been. Departure lounge, hold me still, until I'm ready, until I will walk toward the next unknown. Departure lounge, I'm not alone. Everybody in this room is leaving something. Everybody here is becoming someone slightly different on the other side of the gate of the departure, of the ride into whatever's waiting for them there. We sit together breathing the same air of transition, of the in-between, the most honest place that I have seen. There's a particular kind of peace in this, the waiting room before the leaving this suspended moment where you don't have to be anywhere yet. You just get to see yourself between the old and the unknown, completely changing and still on your own. 2 feet, completely whole, completely free, in the departure lounge, just you and me. Departure lounge, final call. I'm ready now, I'm ready for it all. Whatever's waiting on the other side. Departure lounge, here goes my ride. Here goes my ride. Here goes my ride. Six o'clock, the city switches gears. The day shift done, the night shift appears. The street lights catch a different sky, a different quality of passing by. The suits give way to softer things. The bass line starts as offerings through speakers in the bars and halls. The evening has its protocols, initiating the night mode, following the deep house code. The city knows what time it is. This is when the feeling lives, activating dust protocol as the city loses control of the day and all its order, crossing every evening border. Dust protocol engage, turn the music to a stage. 7 or 10 at night, for how it slowly dims its light and becomes the place we all agree is the best version of the city, where the deep house sets the pace and everyone's found their place. I have stood at many thresholds in my time, the kind that ask you for a reason and a rhyme before they let you through to what is next, that take you at your simplest and best, and ask you if you mean it, if you're sure, if you're prepared for what awaits the door. I've said yes with my whole body every time. I've said yes in music and in rhyme. Threshold, I am standing here, the music making everything clear. Before I step across to what I choose, I let the bass tell me there's nothing left to lose. Threshold, take me through to the version that is true of the life I'm stepping into, of the everything that's new. Threshold, I am ready, the music keeping me steady. One step, one breath, one low tone, crossing over, coming home. The anthropologists call it liminal space, the between, the neither here nor there place, where the ritual does its deepest work, where the transformation doesn't shirk its responsibility to change you fully so you can't rearrange you back to who you were before you stood at the threshold, fully understood. Every threshold has its music, every door its frequency, acoustic that your body feels before your mind knows you're standing at the edge of finding out who you become when you say yes to the crossing, to the redress of everything that held you at the gate, of everything you nearly came too late to claim. Threshold, I am through. Now the music plays me new. On the other side of everything, I came here trembling, trembling. I leave changed. When the tide goes out, it shows you everything that was hidden underneath the covering of water, of the surface calm and clean. Every rock and shell that can't be seen. when the water's high and generous and kind. Low tide is when you find what's left behind. And I am at my low tide with you now, showing you the things I don't know how. Low tide confession, here it comes. Everything the water once kept from view is showing now, exposed and true. Low tide confession, just for you. This is my low tide confession, my most honest, least protected session of truth that only shows when I have nowhere left for it to hide. Low tide confession, here I am, without the water, without the plan to keep you only seeing what I wanted you to see and not what's really there. To usually say less and look serene, to keep the water high, to keep it clean of all the rocks and wreckage down below. But there's a strength in letting the tide go out far enough that everything is seen, the good and bad, the ugly and the clean, and trusting that you'll stay here on the shore even after seeing so much more. I've never let the tide go out this far. For anyone I've kept the deepest scar, in secret hidden underneath the wave. But something about how you make me feel brave enough to let the water recede all the way, enough to let you see me on this day at low tide, fully honest, fully bare, trusting you'll still wanna stay right there. Low tide confession, this is true. Everything I am, I'm giving to you. The tide will rise again, but for now, low tide confession, this is how. I've learned to live between the notes, in poses where the meaning floats, above the sound, below the ear, in spaces that are never clear, but always felt, always known. To anyone who's been alone, with music in the late night hours, in between the beats and towers. The silence is an empty space, it's where the feeling finds its face. Between the notes the truth resides, between the sounds the music hides its best part. I live between silences, where the music influences every breath I take, every choice I make. Between silences I find everything I left behind. In the space of sound is where I am found. The Japanese call it ma, the space between the things that breathe in place, that gives the other things their meaning. Without the rest there is no leaning into what the music offers. Without the pause the music suffers. And so I learned to love the gap between the bars, between the map of sound and silence, back and forth of all the music's deepest worth. Between silences I learned your name. Between silences now the same. The pauses in your voice told me more than everything you'd ever said before. And in the space between the beats I heard, every unspoken half-begun impossible word. Between silences, the world is honest. Between silences, the music keeps its promise. Between the silences, between the sound, between the lost and between the found, is where I live, is where I breathe, is where I finally chose to leave and stay. And stay. I am a weather system moving through. I bring my own atmosphere to you, my own pressure fronts and temperature, my own particular signature of high and low, of warm and cold, of patterns centuries old that repeat but never perfectly, that shift and change and move through me. Weather systems have their own intelligence, their own tone. Follow the pressure, feel the change. Nothing in the atmosphere is strange. Weather systems move through me. With your low pressure, set me free. With your warm fronts, bring the rain. With your clearing, come again. Weather systems, I am yours. Open all my atmosphere's doors. Let the music be the wind that moves the weather from within. The meteorologist, a feeling, has been busy, has been kneeling over charts of what's been passing through the systems, what's been lasting beyond the ordinary fronts, the rare and beautiful stunts that atmosphere performs for those who stay awake when the wild weather blows. I have been in the eye of my own storm. I have been the calm. I have been the form that weather takes when it decides to settle into something that resides not in movement but in the deep still of the system that has had its fill of churning and of changing and of flight, and now just moves like music through the night. Warm and low and clear, weather systems clear and low. After the storm, the good things show. After the front has moved on through, the sky is the deepest blue and the music plays. its own to give. It only borrows what it needs to live. Bright in the dark, reflecting back the sun that's somewhere else by the time the night's begun. And I have thought about how I am made of borrowed light, of moments that have stayed with me from people who gave me their glow. I'm only shining what they helped me know. Borrowed light, still light somehow, still bright enough to see me now. Across the dark, across the room, borrowed light still breaks the gloom. I'm shining with borrowed light, reflecting everyone in sight who gave me what I needed then to find my way back home again. Borrowed light, I don't mind that none of this glow is fully mine. It's beautiful because it's shared. Borrowed light, because you cared. I used to think that I should generate my own light, that to borrow or to take from someone else's was somehow a kind of weakness. But now I've changed my mind. The moon is beautiful for what it does with light that was never even its, because of how it holds and bends and gives it back. Borrowed light is never something that you lack. Every person who has ever loved me well gave me a little light I now can tell apart from theirs. It's mixed into my own until I can't remember what I'm shown by the sun directly and what's reflected back from everyone who walked along my track and gave their glow so I could find my way. Borrowed light got me to today. Borrowed light, keep glowing through, reflecting everything I learned from you and you and you and everyone. Borrowed light until I'm done. These days my current affairs happen in the deep house snares and bass lines and in moody pads, and everything the evening adds to an ordinary life without the edges and the strife of every headline, every screen. The deepest news is in between. My current affairs are these: the slow groove and the antifreeze of feeling that the day removes, the music that reminds me moves. These are my current affairs. Nobody knows, nobody cares, just me my own filtration, not by cutting off the noise, but by choosing different voices. The voice of the low frequency, the voice of deep house urgency, that says the only breaking news is whether or not you paid your dues to yourself. Current affairs keep me honest. Current affairs keep your promise of a world below the surface that was always worth the service of your time. I've been practicing the gravity drift, the letting go, the graceful gift of releasing what I cannot hold into the current, into the cold, bright air of something like surrender, something both enormous and tender. The drift is not the fall, the drift is flight, the conscious choice to float through night. Gravity drift, release the ground, everything comes back around. Let the music be the floor, you don't need the ground anymore. Gravity drift, take me slow, nowhere fast and everywhere I go is exactly where I need to be. In this music, finally free. Gravity drift, soft and low. Let the current take the flow from my hands, from my grip, into this gravity drift. The astronauts in training learn to trust the absence of the anchor, learn that must becomes a necessary in the float, that every held thing is a note you're playing in the fear